sometimes people say follow your passion, and I think that that could be bad advice. The power of entrepreneurship is that we can fund our passion by clarifying our business, scaling that revenue. Now you can fund your passion. You got to just press record.
I just launched a digital marketing company. So I've been like maintaining my church's social media as well as in-house media. It's kind of a larger church here in LA. So there's lots of people.
What church is it?
It's called In His Presence.
Okay.
Anyhow, I've been able to maintain their marketing as it pertains to like their social media and things like that. And I have my own, and I've kind of branched off into doing my own marketing company, but they're kind of like my first clients now. I've stepped away from being involved there full time. And I'm picking up other clients. So I'm just, thank you for letting me on, man. I pick up so much, man. And I know you have a history from being in the church and kind of going out and branching, doing your own thing. So it's really inspiring to me. Yeah, man, I mean, tips specifically about, where to go to help build brands. I know you have a lot of content on brands and how to build brands, but I'm dealing with clients now to help them build their brands while I'm building my own. It's kind of like a dream come true because everything that I do, I'm able to apply to myself. My YouTube channel specifically is niched as a music artist. I do like motivational Christian hip hop type of, music and sounds and stuff like that. It's Prince Purpose. I know you can probably look at it right now. I did somewhat like a campaign a while back, and I was able to generate, close to like 300 followers or something like that. Not quite there, but almost there. But I've kind of like pulled away from it, but I'm jumping back into it. But as a music artist, I'm not really sure. Like one of those are like me ministering out of school. So I do speak to like youth and different things like that. And I don't know, it's kind of all over the place. But as an artist, I'm not really sure like where to start. And some of these people that I'm going to help market and brand, I know they would want to look at what I'm doing and how my success has been. And I'd love to be, well over 1,000 at least. I've been able to help my church get to that level just because there's so many people that are actually there. But my own personal brand, I haven't been able to accomplish that. So I guess my question more so than anything is like how to hone in on a specific thing for different niches. For example, I have two clients right now already. My first week in business, I have two clients. One of them is a psychologist and he wants to brand himself, just entirely branding himself like an Oprah and releasing content, podcasts and all that sort of stuff. Another one is an actor. He acts on Broadway and does Lion King and all this sort of stuff. He wants to do kind of like positive Christian spoken word pieces and different things like that and kind of just blow up his own personal brand. And then I have obviously myself and then the church at this time. So I know that was a lot, but I know you're a really bright guy. So I'm sure you got some insight.
Yeah, cool. So just if I understand the question, you're are you asking for maybe a little bit of strategy and advice for this freelance side of things of running your digital marketing company right now? Yes, and sir. Then maybe how that relates to also your personal brand?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So I love what you're doing. It's very similar to my path. Again, I was full-time at a church and then I was freelancing full-time with 3 main clients. I got those clients to 2,000, 2,000, 1,000. So I was making 5,000 a month. And then I had my side hustle. So it was about 60,000 a year of just the freelance income monthly. Wow. And then I had my side hustle of a couple $100s a month. I'm, building my personal brand on the side, making affiliate marketing income and a little bit of YouTube ads and here and there doing a few other projects personally. So what I would recommend is a couple things. Clarify, scale, and automate. Number one, clarify. I think I want you to focus first and foremost on the business. Business is business. You got to get your money dialed in, your clients consistent, results for your clients consistent. So when I say clarify, I want you to clarify how much a month you need to live on. I want you to clarify how much a month you need to operate. And I want you to be realistic about that because one of the things learning as a freelancer, you got software expenses, you got hosting expenses, or you got to get some hard drives to back some stuff up. You've got money that doesn't come in as quick as you thought it was. You've got gear you may need there's even, I don't want to panic you, and I probably didn't even do the best at this, but there's even potentially insurances. There's just different things where a lot of times I think we underprice ourselves. We need to hustle. And I've done some free work and some bootstrap work, but even if you don't charge it yet, I want you to clarify real operational expenses of what it would take to run this freelance company. Clarify how much you need to live on. As I told you, I knew exactly what was coming in. My wife and I were living in Vegas. I had the 3 clients, and I was actually a little comfortable on that because $60K a year as a base, in addition to all my other income as just being side hustle income, was really, really comfortable. It's a story for another day. Eventually, I lost all 3 clients in 1 month, and that's what propelled me into full-time solo entrepreneurship. And I was building my personal brand, thank God, so that I was able to actually go quite quickly into recovering all that income and being independent. But step 1, clarify. We'll go into the other 2 steps, but what do you think so far? Is that making sense? Do you know those numbers?
Yeah, I do. And it's not a bunch, man. I'm a single guy. Rent's not that high for me. I have family and different things like that. A lot of people that are just kind of helping me through the entrepreneurship and are just ready to support me. I don't know. My expenses are not that high, but I could do better being very specific. I have quite a bit of apps. I'd like to update. I do also videography, cinematography, and different things like that. So I'd like to get new equipment for that. So just budgeting and having exactly what I want and need, versus pulling on different resources. But I have a budget for my bare necessities. I do. I've calculated that. And actually with my client now, with just what I have alone, the clientele I have just right now, I can maintain that. But obviously I want growth.
Well, I love that. And also clarify, Christopher said legal expenses, of course, are you incorporated? Did you set up like an LLC?
No, I'm literally in the next hour, I'm working with someone on that.
Yeah. I mean, you want to get smart about taxes. You want to make sure you're maximizing tax deductions. You want to, lay a foundation, and this is brick by brick and piece by piece. But the other thing I want you to clarify is, again, your services. Right now, you're in a good experimental season, but what can happen with client work is, man, there's a vibe with the church. You knew them. They love it. They're paying you. It's cool. But then some other client is a total headache because they thought you meant this and you didn't. So if you haven't clarifying your freelance services, putting them into words, putting in deliverables, timelines, expectations, and defining sustainability for you, that's just kind of step 1. So, that's the first thing. Then the second, and I'm not even thinking really about your personal brand, is scale. Once you kind of you know what you're doing for this actor, you know what you're doing for this psychologist. It's great that you're covering the bills. You're in a great spot. The next step is scale. And this is the thing we probably hit on every coffee with Cannell. But before I think you spread yourself too thin into even really worrying about the music side of things for you or your YouTube channel, I honestly think that it's wise to put that on the back burner a little bit, meaning back burner, stovetop. The front thing is it's cranked up on high is your freelance business, your digital marketing agency. Back burner is it's on simmer. You get a little inspiration, you drop something there, but business is business. And you want to clarify your key business and those first steps, scale it. Your question is, how do I double revenue? How do I triple revenue? And a bottleneck of that is you're the bottleneck if you're the deliverable for this whole thing. How many clients do you think you could take on before you're maxed out?
Maybe 4 or 5, maybe 2 more. Because I don't even, that's another question. I know that's huge. Thank you for taking so much of your time. But how do you charge for this? I don't even know where to start with that. One of the things that kind of are a little spooky, I'm going to spend all this time with you and giving you my creativity, because that's part of my responsibility is to create for you, build your brand, and then strategize, and then actually go into production. But I'm spending all this time. How do I even charge for, creating and strategy?
Step 1, clarify literally the hard costs of the deliverables, even what you think your time is worth and want it to be worth, even how you only have so many hours in a day. But then step 2, it's what the market will pay. So I've done for $250 a week, I've done full on managing people's Facebook page, chopping up micro content for them and posting multiple times a day. I was probably underpaid for that, but I viewed it as an education, and I would scale one project into the next project and raise my prices as I went. So it's also market demand. Here's what you're going to face. If you're going to scale and you max out at 5 clients, you either A, have to bring on more team or a VA or some other infrastructure, or just go boutique and raise your prices and hope that your clients can bear that price raise, because those are the only opportunities for you to scale unless there's some other income streams. So the advice I'm giving you is also definitely kind of seasonal. It's stages. It's not all at once, and it's not easy because the scale process can have that client says no or whatever. But that's why you clarify first, scale second. And the reason I say scale is I think for a lot of us, sometimes people say follow your passion, and I think that that could be bad advice. I think that the power of entrepreneurship is that we can fund our passion by clarifying our business, scaling that revenue. And it's not that whatever, you're hustling as an entrepreneur, you might be hustling 8, 10, 12-hour days, 5 days a week, whatever, on your grind. But then, you want to do your music thing and stuff too. I think that at first is knowing that that's like a passion, but eventually, if you got a little bit of automation in your business, maybe like an assistant or somebody that goes and shoots for you or does something for you, now you can fund your passion. I mean, I'm living that right now. I could fund whatever project I want to work on, kind of a thing for people's mindset that's kind of related to probably like some music and some motivation sometime. Dude, I can just do it. You know what I mean? But I built the business first. So I'm saying, build the business. That's what I would do. I'd focus on that. I would then think about scaling and doubling revenue or just increasing revenue. And then the last step is I would think about automation, which is kind of part of that scale piece, meaning how can you make it reoccurring where you're no longer trading your time for money? The biggest thing we run into is entrepreneurs. We need to create leverage. Here's the book recommendation, The E-Myth. Have you ever heard of this one?
I haven't.
So it's called The E-Myth, and Alina will drop it in the comments, but The E-Myth Revisited. And the premise of it is that a lot of us, I fell into this exact trap. I was a video editor. I was a videographer. I was building websites. I was helping people with social media. And the E-Myth essentially says, it's why most small businesses don't work and what to do about it. Because what happens is we're actually not business owners. You and me, we're actually not entrepreneurs, usually at first. We are technicians, which means if you make great cupcakes, the best cupcakes in the world, you can only make so many cupcakes. So running a cupcake business and making cupcakes is two different things. Technically, a business is something that you work on, but it works without you. Now, it might take years to get it to that point, but that's the mindset that you want to start adopting, to realize that, like, to have multiple businesses is eventually, and bro, this is a process. I'm not saying this is in 7 days, or even 2 years necessarily, but like thinking that you eventually have a truly digital marketing company that is one of your businesses. You're also a recording artist and you start your own label or whatever for yourself, whatever, you get the idea. But the digital marketing company can fund that project and other projects. Problem is, most of us as creatives and as technicians, we do it all at once. We spread ourselves too thin. There's not like serious bank to fund it. And so that's what automation is. How do I automate this to realize right now to serve these eventually 5 clients takes me 50 hours a week. And if I can't go on vacation. This is where a lot of people find themselves. If I took 50 hours off, I'd be behind 50 hours. So you want to be thinking, it's one of the best mindsets to start working on right now, even if it takes you a while to get there. Check out the E-Myth Revisited, read that. But you want to be thinking, okay, how do I get out of my business so I'm not working in my business? I'm working on my business. And I'm able to like pull the levers, install the things, automate the processes. And I said all that in answer to your other question of what do I do with my personal brand? I personally don't think that your personal brand, you said, other people need to see that it's worked for me in order to hire me. I don't think that's true. I think that if you got results for the church, get a video testimonial from the church, like get them to do a written or video testimonial for you. Because if they're loving what you're doing, then the people are going to hire you because you get them results. They're going to hire you because you manage their Facebook page. They're going to hire you because you can shoot the video for them, and eventually your assistant or person helping you can help shoot the video for them, but you deliver on results. And I think that you could chip away at your personal brand. You could chip away at having a solid Instagram account so you could DM people and have clarity in your bio so you can attract clients and land more clients. But it sounds to me like you really don't need a lot of clients. I'd finally say I would try to get to 5, stay at 5, and try to automate 5 and think about automating processes. And by the way, automation could be using bench accounting so that like the accounting side of your business is happening more by like online. Automation could be like having eventually a VA that's maybe working overseas. So it's different than having to pay somebody $60,000 a year in LA that you can't afford right now, or more, right? And so clarify, scale, and then automate, focus on the business, get your money right, get your money doubled.
Yeah.
And that's not even your money as a business owner. That's kind of the way it's the business's money, the way the business runs. So you need way more than you think you do. And people are afraid to talk about money. I know you aren't, but people are like, oh, you're just trying to get money. Like, yo, as a business owner, you need money for taxes. Like you need to make, for every $100, you just need to say peace to 40%. So like, even when you get, especially in LA, bro, like, even when you get some money, it's not even all your money. The government's going to want to take some. And that's why you want smart tax strategies, bro. This is a journey. I kind of threw a lot at you right now, but I think this was a good spark conversation. Any final thoughts or questions about this?
No, man, I just want to say, dude, you are inspiring the world, and I'm one of those that you're inspiring. And thank you so much for letting me on and answering my questions. I felt your heart in it. You meant every single word, and God bless you, man, and everything that you do, brother.
Dude, I appreciate you. What's your name? I mean, Prince Purposed, but what's your name?
Oh, my name is Prince.
Oh, great. Perfect. Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
I mean, yeah, man, it's Prince Purpose on all social media and everything is PrincePurpose.com, everything.
Cool, man. Well, hey, I appreciate you so much. Dude, I love what you're doing. You got great momentum. Like you said, you're already hitting it. You're in a super rad situation. I think the next 3, 5, and 10 years of your life are going to be insane. Just keep grinding. And I think you could build something significant. And I could tell you're purpose-driven, ambitious. You want to make a difference and really help people. And so I think you could build some incredible stuff, man.